devices that we use daily often break down due to mechanical damage, forcing us either to repair or replace them. This decreases the life of the equipment and increases maintenance costs. In many cases, like in spacecrafts, human intervention for restoration is not possible, but new materials may soon make it possible for damaged electronic components to mend themselves. Yes, it's true. Indian scientists recently developed a material that can repair their own mechanical damages with the electrical charges generated by the mechanical impact on them. Researchers from the Indian Institute of Science Education and Research, Kolkata, teaming up with IIT Kharagpur, have developed piezoelectric molecular crystals that repair themselves from mechanical damages without need for any external intervention. Piezoelectric crystals are a class of materials that generate electricity when it undergoes a mechanical impact. This methodology was initially developed by the IISER Kolkata team led by Professor C. Malla Reddy, a recipient of Swarna Jayanti Fellowship given by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. We had a conversation with Professor C. Malla Reddy about this discovery.
Basically, the crystal we developed is a solid. Okay, so it's all crystals. Most of the crystals are solid. So this is a solid, and it is a stiff material. And and then when you break this crystal and when you develop cracks into the crystals, and then basically the two broken pieces come together and then they join again, and then they join very perfectly, and then they basically close the crack and then they heal totally. And then we looked at the healed crystals, and then we see that it is a really very efficient healing. So this happens in crystal that we developed. Okay, this is an organic crystal, and so that is what we have basically reported in the paper. And this polymorph of this organic molecule basically has crystalline state where you have all the molecules oriented in one particular direction. So this is called a polar arrangement. And why this polar arrangement is important here? So this plays a very crucial role here. So since these molecules, all of them are arranged, all of them look at one side in the crystal. If you look at the crystal, and all the molecules are oriented in one direction, that means all the heads are on one side and all the tails are in the opposite side. So it is molecule itself is little polar. There is a dipole movement in the molecule, and then that since all the heads are in one direction, so all the dipoles are also arranged in one direction. So as you know, if you have positively and negatively charged ends of the molecule, and then one positive side is basically going to attract to the negative side. Suppose all your heads are positive and then all your heads are tails are negative, so they are going to attract each other. So since it is a polar structure, and heads basically are attracted to the tail, and tail is attracted to the head, so everything is arranged in one direction. Now when you break this crystal, and then you break only the non-covalent interactions, so these weak interactions you break, like this you're not breaking the covalent interactions, you are breaking weak interactions. So when you break the crystal, and then you have two surfaces at the crack junction, right? So since all the molecules are arranged in one direction, so this surface is basically, if it is positive, and then the other surface is negative, because all the heads are exposed on one surface and all the tails are exposed on the other surface. So because of that, you have a tendency for the surfaces to attract. So basically they attract each other and then they close the gaps.
One more scientist from IISER Kolkata, Professor Nirmalya Ghosh, who is a laureate of the Society of Photo-Optical Instrumentation Engineers G.G. Stokes Awards in Optical Polarization 2021, with his team used a custom designed state-of-the-art polarization microscopic system to probe and quantify the perfection of the piezoelectric organic crystals. Let's hear what he has to say about the results.
See, as I said, that even let's say with opposite charges, if they kind of attract each other and then they join, but they may not heal with, let's say, crystallographic precision. Some of the crystals this happened, and for example, what happened is that in some of the crystals, if you have some debris or some material which blocked it, so they healed. That means they joined to each other, but the crystallographic precision was not maintained. But if there was no such obstacle, it actually healed with that crystallographic precision. And so, of course, if you want to monitor this, it has to be in the atomic or molecular scale, which is much smaller. But what we did at least is that using light, we could monitor at the nanometer length scale. So what we used is something we called a polarization Muller matrix measurement. It's a very specialized kind of measurement which we have developed in our laboratory. So with this, you could say that with nanometer scale precision, it could heal. That means within a nanometer, few nanometers also, you could see very nice healing. It's not just in a macroscopic level. So that is one thing. Then second is that, of course, once it heals, so it is actually more or less permanent. And it's not that it healed only for a moment and then again it breaks down. It is not like that. So that is where I think it is most important in the context of practical applications, is that the self-healing, first, what you asked is very important, that it takes place with crystallographic precision. And so that is very important. And then number two is that it heals, which is mostly permanently. So this is how it is, but of course they have many applications they can have.
The IIT Kharagpur's team, Professor Bhanu Bhushan Khatua and Dr. Sumantra Karan, studied the performance of these materials for fabricating mechanical energy harvesting devices. We had a conversation with Professor Bhanu Bhushan Khatua about their part in the research.
Piezoelectricity or the piezoelectric materials that are very well-known materials. So these are some kind of material where if you apply some force on the material, then it creates electricity or it generates electricity. That means it converts the mechanical energy to electrical energy. And that is not available for all the materials. For all materials, it is not available. And for this, to give the piezoelectricity, the material should be non-centrosymmetric in nature.
Okay.
So because of the non-centrosymmetric in nature, when you apply some forces, the positive and the negative charges, it separates into two different ends. And then when you make a circuit on the opposite surfaces using this material, you will get the electricity. So it converts the mechanical or biomechanical energy into electrical energy.
With the support of government, our scientists are setting new milestones in the field of invention and discovery. The materials may find application in high-end microchips, high-precision mechanical sensors, actuators, microrobotics, and so on. It is a big discovery for medical equipments like pacemakers. Further research into such materials may eventually lead to the development of smart gadgets that self-repair cracks or scratches. This is all for now. Thank you.